The crystalline spires of the draconian memorial gardens caught the light of three suns, casting prismatic shadows across the obsidian pathways. Elias knelt before the towering statue, his small human hands trembling as he placed a bundle of wild cosmos, purple and pink, gathered from the edges of the human settlement at the Dragon Lady's carved feet. "Lady Dragon," he whispered, tears streaming down his dirt-smudged cheeks. "These boys live in my colony." Commander Shkara of the Draconian fleet descended from her observation platform, her iridescent scales shifting from deep crimson to concerned amber. In 3 centuries of military service across 40 star systems, she had never seen a human child approach the memorial alone, especially not during the mourning period, when her people gathered to honor the fallen. "Small human," her voice resonated like a choir of brass instruments. "You should not be here. This is a time of draconian grief." Elias didn't run. Instead, he turned, his eyes red and swollen, and held up a datapad. The holographic display flickered to life, showing faces, young human faces, no older than Elias himself. "These are my friends," he said, his voice breaking. "Marcus, Jin, Samuel, and Tommy. They died 3 days ago when the Zothrin raiders attacked our schooldome." Shkara's massive form went very still. Those parasitic marauders had been growing bolder along the frontier colonies, but intelligence hadn't reported any attacks on human settlements. Her spinal crest flared involuntarily, a sign of rising anger among her kind. "Your colony officials reported no casualties," she said carefully. "They lied." Elias wiped his nose with his sleeve. "They said it would complicate diplomatic relations if people knew human children died while draconian warships were in orbit. They said we should stay quiet, that it was just for kids, that it wasn't worth starting an incident." The boy's words hung in the air like accusations. Shkara felt something ancient and primal stir in her chest, the same protective fury that had driven her ancestors to become the galaxy's most formidable warriors. "I saw you on the news feeds," Elias continued, his small voice gaining strength. "When the Zothrin killed Lady Vara, your people's ambassador, you declared them enemies of all Draconia. You said every dragon would remember her name. You built this memorial in 3 days." He gestured at the magnificent statue behind him. "My friends have been dead 3 days, and no one even said their names at the colony meeting." Shkara lowered herself to the ground, bringing her massive head level with the child. Her golden eyes, each as large as his torso, studied him with an intensity that would have terrified seasoned warriors. "Tell me their names again," she commanded softly. "Marcus Chen, age 9. Jin Park, age 8. Samuel Rodriguez, age 10. Tommy Okafor, age 9. Ilias's voice cracked, but he met her gaze without flinching. They wanted to be engineers. Marcus was going to design faster-than-light engines. Jin wanted to build cities on asteroids. Samuel wanted to make terraforming equipment. Tommy, he sobbed. "Tommy just wanted to go home to Earth and see real rain. And you?" Shkara asked. "What is your name, brave one?" Elias Thorne, I'm 8. I was sick that day, so I wasn't at school. I didn't get to say goodbye." The dragon commander stood to her full height, her wings spreading wide enough to cast Elias in shadow. She touched a claw to her communications collar and spoke in the ancient, formal dialect of her people. "This is Commander Shkara to all draconian vessels in the sector. 1. Invoke the oath of scale and sky, for human younglings have been slain by the Zothrin within our zone of protection. This is a breach of the compact. All ships are to enter combat configuration. We hunt." She looked down at Elias. "I will need images of your friends, and the precise coordinates of the attack. Can you provide these?" Elias nodded frantically, holding up his datapad. "Good." Shkara scales shifted to battle-steel gray. "In my culture, when younglings are lost, we do not whisper their names in shame. We roar them across the stars so the cosmos itself will remember. Your colony leaders may think 4 lives are insignificant. We do not." Within the hour, Autumn, another human child from the colony, Ilias's older sister, arrived at the memorial gardens, sent by their frantic parents to retrieve him. She found him sitting beside the towering dragon commander, both of them silent before the memorial that had begun to change. Where before only Lady Vara's name had been inscribed, now 4 new names glowed in the obsidian surface, written in both draconian script and human English. Marcus Chen, Jin Park, Samuel Rodriguez, Tommy Okafor. Elias. Autumn rushed forward, but stopped when Shkara's massive head swiveled toward her. "You are the sister?" the dragon asked. Autumn nodded, instinctively placing herself between the dragon and her brother. Shkara's scales flickered with something that might have been approval. "Your brother has taught me something today," He has reminded me why the Draconians first swore to protect the younger species of this galaxy, not because of treaties or trade agreements, but because some things, the lives of younglings, the truth of their loss, the weight of their dreams, these things are sacred across all species. She stood, her form blocking out the suns. The Zothran who did this will not see another dawn. This I swear on the scales of my ancestors. Autumn watched, trembling, as 20 Draconian warships broke orbit, their engines burning bright enough to be seen in daylight. Beside her, Elias finally let himself collapse against his sister, his tears soaking into her shirt. Lady Dragon remembered them, he whispered. She said their names. And across the sector, as the Draconian fleet descended upon the Zothran raiders with ancient fury, Commander Shkara did indeed roar those names into the void for human children who had wanted nothing more than to dream, to build and to see reign. The galaxy would remember them now. The dragons would make certain of that.